Okay, hello. We are MDT, and this is us talking about the 1001 albums that you're supposed to listen to before you die. This week we've listened to 5 albums. And the first album on Monday was Bad Company by Bad Company in 1974.
Yeah.
The artwork is crap.
You know what? This was the only album out of all 5 last week that had crap artwork.
No, we'll come on to that. It's
Yeah.
not this one. This is not the worst.
What I have noticed is the name, like, ooh, Bad Company.
Edgy.
You know what I mean? Oh, like, I thought they were American, then I looked them up and they're English, and then I thought, of course, it's Bad Company.
Are they really? I didn't know that. They sound American.
Paul Rogers, Free, Queen, all that. He's the singer.
The singer from Free is the guy. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
And I think the bass player is the drummer. Basically, half of Free end up being Bad Company.
Who's the one who didn't come from Bad Company to Free? Because he's the one who's Bad Company. The
But
rest of them are like, Free!
But anyway, the music. Steve, you liked this, didn't you?
I had to start listening to it and keep reminding myself it's 1974. This is the first time you've heard music like this. Because otherwise, it just sounds tired and hokey. Everyone knows the first one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of those that, without fail, is on those Best of the 1980s 8 CD box set.
Oh, and you know what? Definitely, it's on 100 driving anthems. Road Rock 4. I've made some notes because I thought, I'll do a bit of prep for this week. My notes of this album are I can't get enough. Really like this one. And that's it. Yeah. I tried to look up a quirky fact and it said, this album was recorded in 1974.
In Headley Grange, which is where Led Zeppelin 4 was recorded. Yeah. I was bored to shit. You shouldn't fucking have to think it's 1974. You know what I mean? I don't have to think it's 1968 to listen to Hendrix.
But then nobody's really done Hendrix since Hendrix.
Sure.
This has been done 8 ways from Sunday. This is the first version of Bon Jovi.
Oh, do you know what?
Can I get a disclaimer at the bottom here? We're not fans of Bon Jovi.
I've got to admit, I heard Can't Get Enough and thought, do you know what? Yeah. Can I listen to like another, I don't know, whatever, 9 of these? As it turns out, yeah, I can. I just won't remember any of them.
Yeah.
That song, I can't get, that's swings, that's cool.
Yeah.
The rest of it was just, ow.
You know, if you walked into a bar and somebody was playing this, you'd stand at the bar and be like,
I probably would check my watch to see if it was 1974 again.
yeah, it's really meat and potatoes and it's kind of dated badly. That's that song Rock Steady. Rock Steady!
Literally, you look like how I felt about it. You hear that and you go, oh, Dad, no, no.
I gave it a 3.
I gave that a 2.
I gave it a number 1.
Album 2 was Infected by The.
Riddles.
And that was released in 1986.
But I've got to admit, I really like this.
Who would you compare it with?
Like The Cure had an affair with Jules Holland. The plinky plonky piano stuff on it as well was just, I thought it was excellent.
It sounded very of its time, but in a good way,
Yeah.
kind of like Aztec Camera.
It reminded me of In Excess. In Excess, and I guess there's a little bit of Depeche Mode in there as well.
I put that I really like track 6 because it's got Nana Cherry on it, and anything with Nana Cherry on it gets my vote.
Oh,
Yes!
he's great.
Oh,
Tracks are just missing the hook for me.
It definitely has all the trappings of session musicians, and it sounds like it was an expensive album.
did you see the fact about the videos?
Yes!
Persuaded CBS Records to advance $350,000 to make videos for all 8 album tracks, then released it as a film, and then showed it at the Electric Cinema, on Channel 4 and on MTV.
Wow.
All 8
And no
tracks.
one watched it.
Yeah. Did you watch it?
I watched the video where he had the snake, where he was off his face on acid or whatever like that, which didn't come across as graphic as the description read.
Well, he wasn't cross-eyed enough.
No,
Been like-
he seemed coherent.
Yeah. Rubbish!
Yeah.
Money back!
Yeah.
I haven't booed at the TV for so long. I thought the last track was the best track on the album.
I think I was bored by then. But yeah, I still gave this a 3.
I gave it a 4.
I gave it a 4 as well. And I said about
Very generous.
that last track, I said it was like the Damned if they decided they actually wanted to sell some records for a change.
Elton John, Madman Across the Water.
Is the worst cover art of this week.
Oh, no.
Do you know what I said? I put the title's bloody exciting. It put me in the mood for a Don't Look Now concept album. But it sounds produced to hell, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. It's proper.
Yeah, some really nice arrangement on it.
That said, this one didn't get a big mark from me. The first track, obviously, Tiny Dancer, stone cold classic. And the rest of it, I just thought, this sounds like a big long Elton John song.
It's just, hey, yeah, wow.
I think this is a great album, and I think it's just over your head, really.
Oh, good Lord.
It must be, because mine's well up my own arsehole.
The songs are great. It says something that the main single is 6 minutes and 17 seconds.
It says, indulgent.
I gave it a 3. It's not his best. It's far from his worst.
But I gave it 2 out of 5.
In general, I'm pretty impressed with the way he manages to put somebody else's lyrics into music. For me, the melody always comes first. Bernie Taupin writes the lyrics and then gives them to Reg. And Reg, hey,
See, Elton John last year brought out an autobiography. He could have called it Rocket Man, Like Years Down Yellow Brick Road. No, it's called Me.
His book should have been called It's a Little Bit
It's
Funny.
funny.
No jokes, no jokes here, no nothing. That is what the name of his autobiography should have been. He's missed a fucking trick there.
Maybe that's the problem, because all of the words that you associate with him, Bernie Taupin come up with them. What do you want to call this one?
That's like
Me?
Me.
Yeah.
Let me call Bernie. He'll help me out. Bernie, I want you to name my book. And Bernie's gone, me? That'll do.
So from one grounded artist to another, Kanye West.
This was the one that we spoke about the most, right?
And me and Drew were like, oh God, don't. I'm quite enjoying it.
Yeah.
But
it's a little bit like telling, someone something secret. Like, I like having my balls played with. Like, once you've actually said it, it's not so bad because you get your balls tickled. Everyone's a winner. But it's just the actual saying of it is like...
It soon comes back to you when you hear somebody else talking about it. On the other side of the party. He likes Kanye West.
I didn't say that. I just said he was talented.
But yeah, this is a good record. I really enjoyed it. Great samples. There's a lot to get your teeth into. Loads of different sounds and melodies, and I enjoyed it.
I got bored of this. I wasn't that in that. It was okay. It was fine. I realised other people would like it.
I've got to admit, I loved it.
Like that one with Jay-Z, Pusha, some RZA. That was like 7.5 minutes. Next one, there was another 6. Like, towards the end of it, it was just like, oh, Jesus, just get on with it, will you?
Sound like my dad talking about status quo. All their songs go on for 5 minutes.
I gave Kanye West 3.
Drew?
I was generous. I gave Yeezy a 4.
I also gave it a 4.
Yeah.
Hold on, I just realised John Legend is on it. God, into the fucking sea with him.
You can't say that about America's answer to J.B. Cullum. You can't say that. That's not allowed.
PJ Harvey.
PJ Harvey. I love PJ Harvey.
I stood behind PJ Harvey in a Sainsbury's, and her basket, it was just full of asparagus. Nothing else. But a lot of it, but just nothing else.
She's just got a really great way of coming up with simple, hummable, singable songs without making them boring. Apparently, she was sending stuff to Captain Beefheart right up to the end of his life for him to listen to and send her notes.
Really?
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Well,
I mean, Beefheart was completely out of the music industry by the early 80s.
When it first came out and I saw the album title, I thought, is she going all Bill Haley? You know what I mean? It's just gonna be the party album. That English. And it's not. At all.
This is my favourite album art of the week. It dawned on me that I'd never listened to a PJ Harvey album all the way through.
Really?
if I could give this like a 4.9, I would give it a 4.9. I fucking love this album. I thought it was excellent. There was lots of juxtaposition as well. There was loads of stuff. But this one, I was like, how has she managed to make a track sound jangly and pointed at the same time? It's awesome. There was like a real clear, defined riff, but it also sounded so loose as well. I loved it.
Well, it's produced by Flood, and Flood, Jesus Christ, one of the producers. Does Flood have his own storage space where he puts like it's a cage and like if you go to get something out of it, you open the floodgate. Ah, sorry, it's a bit wet. Damn.